Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is like the 18th time I've had to film this video. That's why I'm like... Anyway, so today's video is going to be tips and tricks for using up your makeup. And so yeah, let's get started. Alright, so tip number one is if you have a bronzer, a blush, or even a highlighter, and you just can't really seem to, whenever you use it just regularly, like a blush or a bronzer or a highlighter, and you feel like it doesn't use up enough product, here's a tip for you. Use it as eyeshadow. I use bronzer and contour shades for my crease all the time. As long as they're matte, you can put them in the crease. You can put satins, shimmers, and not glitters though, like shimmers in the crease. It just looks kind of weird. So if you have a matte bronzer or contour shade and you just can't find to use it that often on your cheekbones, I found that I actually probably use bronzer more in my crease than on my cheekbones or my whatever the heck that's called. And you can do the same with blush. If it's a matte blush, you can put it in the crease. If it's a shimmery blush, you can put it on the lid. And if it's a shimmery bronzer, you can put it on the lid or in the crease. And if it's a highlighter, you can put it in the corners on the lid. And that is tip number one. Now, tip number two is for, is for people who, if they don't use setting spray that often, here's a trick for you. A lot of people already do this, but I'm laying down. That's why it looks really weird. Like, okay. Anyway, I'm laying down, so that's... Anyway, trick number... Was it 2? Yeah, I think it was 2. Is if you don't use setting spray that often, spray it on your brushes to make the product more pigmented. And yeah, that is trick number 2. Trick number 3 is if you have a lipstick that that you don't use very often, or you do use it and you just want to find a way to use it up more or use it up faster and quicker, is you can use it as a lipstick and a cream blush. And that is trick number 3, I think it was. Number 3. Now, trick number 4 is another lipstick hack. If you have a brown or nudie lip, or if you have like a brown lipstick or a lipstick that's more gray toned, you can use it as cream bronzer or contour. I've used it before. It works just as good. It's a little bit like waxy, but if you're in a time crunch and you really want a Slade cream contour, it works perfectly fine. So that's trick number 4. Alright, and tip number 5, I think it is. Yeah, tip number 5 is, wait, is it 5? Yeah, it's tip number 5 is, oh crap, what was I gonna say? I remember now. Trick number 5 is basically the opposite of trick number 1, I think it was. Using blush and bronzer in your crease. For eyeshadow, using blush and bronzer for eyeshadow, it's the opposite. You can use eyeshadow for blush and bronzer. I do it all the time because I have some single eyeshadows or just regular eyeshadow palettes that their pans are like that big for one, so it's super big. It's super big, so I can easily get my blush brush or bronzer brush in there and do a Slade contour blush bronzer any of that, and I think it gives a great look. So that is tip number 5. Alright, you guys, that is the 5 tips for today's video, and I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and like down below. And yeah, bye-bye.